Hi guys, it is Tamara. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Welcome back. Today I just want to talk about psychotic stalking again, but I'm going to give you some characteristics of these psychotic stalkers and what that looks like, okay? So we're not going to waste any time. Let's just go ahead and jump in. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For those who are subscribed and participating, thank you so much. And for those who are new, I encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right over here so that you can stick around with us and be a part of our growing and validating community. We talk about a lot on this channel. And as an internationally certified trauma therapist and licensed and board certified mental health therapist, my specialization is in trauma, children, families. I deal a lot with individuals who are struggling with not only stalking, but also issues like intergenerational trauma, family trauma, racial trauma, emotional and psychological abuse. And I kind of take the subjects and I go into subcategories of the topics. I encourage you to go ahead and do some research through the channel. And if you like it, go ahead and stick around with that subscribe button. The benefits for you in today's video is that I'm going to highlight certain characteristics of stalkers that we tend to ignore, and unfortunately that gets us in a bad place. So I'm going to post the video at the end of this video that I did last Friday, I believe it was, or the week. Yeah, last Friday. I posted a video on Friday and I kind of took a break for the holiday, Labor Day. But that video talked about psychotic stalkers. And what I wanted to highlight is their disconnect from reality. And this video is being done because I think there's some extra things that we can kind of focus on in this video. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right. So I have my notes here to kind of keep me on track. I'm going to bring up some characteristics and categories that I think you should be aware of with a psychotic stalker. So the first category that I have written down here in my notes is an individual who has a disconnect from reality. Now I'm talking about psychotic stalkers here, guys. So not just your typical sociopathic or narcissistic personalities. I'm talking about the psychotic stalker. So this individual has a disconnect from reality, okay? And I talk about that in this video up here that I did about psychosis and schizophrenia, and I kind of break it down. Well, those individuals have a disconnect from reality in the sense that really what they believe is what their mind tells them. So they may be delusional, meaning that they have a firm belief. That firm belief, right? That's like a personal conviction. It's almost like a religion to them. That delusion may say, I'm in love with that person and that person's in love with me. That delusion may say, I'm in love with that person and I can get them to love me. Even though the reality is that if we don't have chemistry and if I don't know you or care to know you or I'm married, right? Whether I say it or not, doesn't mean that I'm interested in you. And so, you know, that individual, because they are disconnected from reality, they don't understand that there's those parameters, there's some barriers there that you're going to have to break through. And you can't just make somebody want you, right? You can't just stalk somebody and harass them because you feel like it. And so, you know, these psychotic stalkers tend to have that disconnect from reality. They can't understand that there's some things that they're going to have to try to work out or that need to be worked out or that don't connect or doesn't make sense. And so you're not going to get anywhere. They can't reason like that. All right. So they have a disconnect from reality. The next one, guys, is that they have a preconceived or grandiose position of importance. So, you know, they have this position that says, if I just do A, B, and C, I'm going to get that, right? Or if I do 1, 2, and 3, this is how it's going to conclude, that my conclusion is going to be the way that I want it. So they almost have this preconceived or grandiose position of importance. They don't understand, again, that there's a lot of things in between that need to be worked out before you can just claim somebody, right? Or before you can just stalk them because you feel like it. There's no ability to reason. There's no ability to be logical, rational, understanding, right? And no matter how many times you may try to rationalize or explain something or even show compassion that that person is that ill, it doesn't matter. They still have it on their mind to do what they set out to do in the first place. It's just who they are. Right? So, you know, that individual has a preconceived or grandiose position of self-importance. All right. The next thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that there is an obsessional component to the psychotic stalker. They obsess over the same thing, whether it's your photo, your voice, a voicemail, a video, a post you wrote online, a Facebook post you what's the word I'm looking for? Posted to the internet, right? It may be a family portrait. It may be a memory of you guys going out for a date, whatever. You know, they have this obsessional component. They obsess. And they obsess some more. And no matter how many times you say no, 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 they're still going to obsess because they're psychotic. And that's just who they are. They can't help that. They are not well. If we're talking about a stalker who's a sociopath, a narcissist, or a psychopath, then the story changes, right? You know, they know exactly what they're doing. They get a thrill out of what they're doing. But a psychotic stalker, or an individual who may have some kind of brief psychosis, or may have some kind of grandiosity, or some kind of, again, detachment from reality because of a mental illness, you know, then you're dealing with an individual that just becomes obsessive and you can't move them off of that. Now, the compulsion, you know, if you think about this in terms of OCD, the compulsion is, I have to get close to that person I'm stalking. I have to get close to that person that I want. I have to get close to that thing that reminds me of the thing that I want, right? So basically what a compulsion is, guys, and I'm going to put the definition right over here for you. The compulsion is an attempt to reduce the anxiety that the obsession causes, okay? The compulsion is to reduce the anxiety that the obsession causes. So if you're the obsession, right, and they stalk you because you're the obsession, their compulsion is to try to get a hold of you again. They have to do something, right? They have to grab onto you, do something, right, in some capacity to reduce the anxiety that the obsession causes, okay? The next one, guys, is that they try to use a hook to reel you in. And that could be money, a compliment. What else could it be, guys? It could be charm and glib. It could be, what's the word? Some kind of sexual rendezvous or affair. They're going to do something to try to reel you in. So keep that in mind. A psychotic stalker or a non-psychotic stalker, right? They're going to reel you in and they're going to figure out how to do it. Now, a psychotic stalker can try to reel you in. It's a hook, all right? The next and the last thing, guys, is that they lack insight into their own behaviors and their thoughts and their feelings. They don't know how to connect these things right here because they're not well enough to do so. And so it takes a lot of psychotherapy, a lot of medication sometimes to get psychotic stalkers in a place where they can heal and understand that what they're doing is not okay, that there is a problem here. So, you know, this is a really tough topic. I'm going to post in the description box below the video that I did last weekend, and I'm also going to post some previous videos that I did that may be helpful to you. And I will come back to this topic, guys. We'll continue to talk about this. Let me know in the comment section below what you want to hear about this, because I will definitely do more videos for you. Thank you so much for being with me today in this video, guys. I encourage you to give it a thumbs up if it was helpful to you, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you could, give the video a thumbs up as well. What that does is it pushes the video up in the YouTube search results so that other people can benefit from the video that you have benefited from as well. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.